Namaste, angels. I'm going to do another client reading. This one is for a replete client. I believe this is my third reading for her. I don't remember her sign or anything, or her masculine's, zodiac sign or anything like that. The first reading that I did for her, her deceased mother had pretty much taken over that reading, coming through. Because I have a variety of gifts, all thanks and praise due to the universe. So like one of them is mediumship, and her deceased mother had come through. Apparently she had never officially revealed, although her children knew or had an idea, she never officially revealed that she had cancer. So I started doing the reading and my nose started bleeding. It was a whole thing, like she was telling me she had cancer. And the second reading was about, it really focused on the union that this client of mine has with her divine masculine. And I think she had subsequently purchased energy healing from me once too. And at that point, there was a lot of progress in the relationship. They got a lot closer and were even sort of cohabitating and everything like that. And I guess that was probably about 6 months ago, maybe. And so we're doing another reading now. I'm going to begin with the Tony Carmine Solano Universal Love Oracle and the energy of love. And opening to meditation. There's always a need for meditation. Meditation is prayer, and prayer is meditation as far as I'm concerned. Love and forgiveness. I think there's always a need for forgiveness too, beginning with ourselves as well. Love and opening to blessings. Love and abundance. Wow, I like these cards that they're getting. Of course, blessings are abundance, and love would certainly qualify. And opening to transmutation. Maybe somebody's a fire sign. Like I said, I don't remember at all. But this card always makes me feel real burning, I guess because of the visual. What it's really about, though, is like sort of rising, ascension, spiritual growth and elevation. And it's through love. So, it's not surprising that it's coming up opposite love. It's through love. It's like taking any darkness and using it, transmuting it, turning it into love. It's like recycling of energy. As opposed to letting it pile up like in a garbage dump and pollute our world. We're taking any darkness from within, from around us, that we can gather, and we're deciding to use that energy in a different way, in a more positive way, and we're turning it into love, and that causes us to rise. Love, I'll go one more. And it's inner child. I saw this before. Pops up for me with air signs, when air signs are involved, often particularly Aquarius. But again, I don't remember at all. And we'll see what else comes up. But I didn't really see any court cards as I was shuffling either. So in any case, this child tends to come through like they have something to communicate. They have something to say. There's a star over the throat chakra. There's a star over the third eye chakra. And there's a star over the crown chakra. So those are like 3 areas of communication, and means of communication. And then she's surrounded by all these like puffs of air and smoke. So it's very air sign for me, coupled with all the stars. Star on the tarot represents the sign of Aquarius. And it's like there's something that the child has to say that maybe they never got off their chest, and it's still there and it still needs to come out. Even if it's only to oneself, they need to face something and maybe again forgive themselves for involvement or whatever their responsibility in the situation was. And so that they can let go of that. And now coming to retreat, which also is about not only air signs for me, and again, most specifically Aquarius, but earth signs. Sometimes there's an air and earth connection. That's what the relationship is. I don't have to keep telling you that I don't remember it all. So we'll have to see what comes up in the cards. This is also about the need to meditate and connect with nature. So if you are going to do some prayer, or meditation, if you're at all able to like do it outside, or while you connect with nature, while you're sitting by a garden or walking through a park, or, you know, whatever the area in which you live is conducive to doing, in any way that you're able to, like spend some time with nature and maybe at peace and thinking or talking, is advisable to you. And the overall energy is a goddess. It was from my previous client reading as well. So this is likely coming through because of the new moon in Aquarius that we can expect this coming Thursday, actually, the 15th. The feminine about herself, masculine as it relates to the feminine, about himself, and the union. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union, what he himself is willing to, what the universe would have the two to do, and the outcome. Feminine relates to herself, divine guidance. So really getting in tune more and more as of late, and maybe going into surrender too, with this moon showing up, to divine guidance and allowing the divine to work in our lives, and realizing and recognizing and appreciating that the advice and the guidance that the divine offers us is infinite and never runs out. It's always there to support us. And so like really taking advantage of the opportunity. The masculine with relation to the feminine, and it's these two cards of the same colors. I like when they do that, because this whole spread is from the perspective of the masculine for me. Blessings is how he is viewing the feminine, like a divine blessing from Mother Mary, even, who also has a feast day this week. It's on the 11th. It's on Sunday, Our Lady of Lourdes. The masculine about himself. Eternal flame. Maybe he's the fire sign. I think I saw fire or felt fire a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, with the transmutation card. He may be a fire sign, but he's seeing himself in relation to the feminine as eternal flame. So he's recognizing, or at least his higher self is, the connection between the two and the union between the two. And he's seeing the union as a whole universal heart. So something very divine, very sacred, and going through a healing process, and also providing healing to the two of them is how he's viewing the union, right? This is, of course, would be a representation of the vibration of divine masculine of all time, so of divine unions of all time. Overall, birth. So something new may be coming, a new start to something. And here we have more of these like color schemes, the same colors. So maybe a rebirth for this union coming up. Something new and exciting, a new phase for them, new experiences, a new path that they hadn't walked before. What would the masculine have the feminine do toward the union? Physical body. I've been having this come up a lot lately, in general, with internal and external issues with the feminine. So like health issues, and her own dissatisfaction with her own physical appearance, and like the need to work those things out. And I'm really finding that it's on the part of the masculine really doesn't want any part of like the physicality of it, you know, like the aesthetics of it. As far as you not being happy with yourself, they don't like that part. But he does want you to work on your health too. It's not like just like an external thing. There's like a health issue or potential health issue that you have to stay on top of, that the masculine would want you to remain on top of. And he himself, earth connection. So he, and it's sitting here under Jesus and the need to connect with the universe. And I said, like, pray and meditate as you do that. So he may want to call upon the healer of the ages in that prayer that he does and work with and through him. What the universe would guide the two of you to do. Aww, sacred union. Just get it together is what the universe says. Sacred union. I love that for you. And the outcome here, relationship. Wow. Boom. I love when I like just only do one spread, and I feel like I could theoretically stop. Like that would be enough. We got answers already, but let's continue. So another cross spread. This time from the perspective of the universe instead, beginning with destiny and opening to dark male, which I don't think her masculine looks like this. I think she is actually the darker one, or the dark one, as far as complexion goes. But the dark male in this deck represents the divine masculine for me. Destiny. And the blonde female represents the divine feminine for me. So we already have like, this sacred couple showing up for the reading. And maybe because they are destined to work out. Destiny and opening to open relationship, which would reflect for me in a relationship out in the open. Now, I do know about her divine masculine that he had been married. I don't know if he still is, but he had been married, at the last time that we spoke, or when I first started to work with him. And this may be a representation here of his wife, like the quote unquote karmic brunette female. Destiny and short-term heartache, perhaps. And or delay. Short-term heartache and or delay because there's some sort of obstacle. But also I'm being shown communication. Maybe there's an obstacle to communication or something too. Only for a short time. So if you don't communicate in the way that you're used to, or the amount that you're used to, or whatever, like don't panic. It is temporary. Somebody being manipulated and or attempting to manipulate and control and, force a situation one way or another. The overall energy is karma. So you could be going through a karmic, quote unquote, karmic experience. And that doesn't mean bad. Karmic and karma has gotten a bad rap. It's been turned into something like derogatory term that is not how it's meant to be used. Karma can be good. Karma can be bad. It's just basically destiny. With which I started. I started with a card called Destiny. It's of the universe. That's all it means. This, the divine couple, the recent past, the near future. You got two there. I'm going to leave them both. The masculine's higher self. Blocks to the union. What the feminine can do. The masculine can do. Further advice from the universe. And the outcome. Divine couple, dating queen. So maybe both of you, one or both, very attractive right now, getting a lot of attention right now. And that can be the way that Venus maybe is impacting your sign, depending upon in which house that Venus in Aquarius and soon to be Venus in Pisces falls. You could be very, very, popular right now. Perhaps like exes and things popping up, showing up, trying to get back in the door. The recent past, long distance. So maybe that's why there was a break in communication, a pause, some sort of separation or something between the two of you. Maybe while karma was at play and old relations were called back into the fore. Because we had a lot of that going on when there was all those planets in retrograde. And I had forgotten that actually there's two that sort of began retrograde again, and that Saturn, which is in its shadow, I think until like April, approaching retrograde, March or April, it'll go actually into retrograde as well, and that's in Capricorn, as well as Pluto, also in Capricorn. So yeah, we have a lot of this, maybe perhaps revisiting of old situations yet again, because what retrograde means is when the celestial bodies begin to move backward. And so we sort of do, or we're moved to revisit things, or things are moved to revisit us, and sometimes people. In any case, the near future. Children and past life. I was feeling and hearing something about children, and children that one or both of you have to raise or are raising, like somehow that's, I hate to say like children are in the way, children are an obstacle, but maybe there's an issue surrounding that, the fact that you have to raise children, or the fact that he has to raise some children, or it could be grown children that are in the way, some sort of family issue or something. And maybe that does stem from a past life issue, not just a past issue, past life issue, and it will come to the fore in the near future. Masculine's higher self, money. This could be the earth sign thing coming too. Maybe it's connected to that Capricorn stuff. Maybe that's why I was made to mention Saturn retrograde in Capricorn and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, because I don't know from where that came and what that was about, but maybe it's connected to this and the money. Also, when I'm doing a love reading, money represents abundance in general for me, the value, the worth, the potential longevity of a relationship. We've already seen sacred union and all that kind of stuff. We know with what we're dealing. This isn't our first rodeo show with this particular couple and union, so that's not like in question. But the money can represent, again, the sort of like the worth, the genuineness, and the indication that things will go a long way, the abundance of the union. But it can be connected to actual money and material things too, and or earth signs: Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. In the masculine, he had that earth connection card, right? In the last spread, he chose that for himself. I think it was earth connection. Maybe. I don't remember. That quick, I don't remember. In any case, blocks to the union. So the lack of freedom. And like I said, I believe the masculine was attached, and it probably is still attached. And or this could be connected to the children as well. Like, you know, that there's some sort of attachment to these children, whether they are small children that somebody's having to raise up, or children that are grown that are somehow dependent upon one or the other or both. There's a need for freedom of that, and maybe financial freedom too. Or maybe freedom from like finances and material, like breaking that obsession with material stuff too is also coming through here for them. What the feminine can do, young male. I don't know if the feminine has a son, a grandson. I'm getting son or grandson is who this young male is. And maybe that's one of the children that you have, with whom you have to work something through, because it is sort of like a past life issue or karmic issue that is it's something on your path that has to be healed in order for you to move forward. And that's not to suggest that you don't get along with this person, because I'm not even feeling that necessarily, but there's a karmic something with a son and or grandson, and that has to be like completed, resolved. That karma has to be resolved in order to move forward. what the masculine can do. New love. So like be open to the new beginning that we saw birth and such for you guys. And we have a new moon coming up. Again, that new moon in Aquarius on Thursday. There's also a partial solar eclipse. Solar eclipses are also about newness and new starts. And of course, both come from endings, right? The rebirth and birth is always a result of the death first. So letting stuff go, again, freedom, breaking away from chains that bind, and then allowing for newness and new abundance, and particularly by way of new love. Further advice from the universe. Ignoring the talk, and make sure that you don't do this also, that you're not a party to gossip too, but ignoring the talk and not being concerned with talk and just like living your life sort of out in the open, like how that card open relationship popped up before when I was shuffling. Just living your life in the open and, open and honest and true to yourself or yourselves, and not worrying about what other people think. But also I'm getting like for you guys to not be involved in any sort of like gossip or whatever about other people as well. And outcome, fun times. So even when there was distance, and whether there will be a coming together soon, and or enjoying, one's own time as well. With that, I will go on to, maybe now we'll see what zodiac signs and or, who may be attached to them and maybe at play here. Maybe we'll see that now. I'm beginning with the 9 of summer, which is prayers answered, wishes granted. Again, you guys are guided to meditate and or pray. Now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. So even if it doesn't seem possible, just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. And opening to the world, which may be a party of 3. Something's ending that involves a third energy, which may be a party of 3 again. And that party of 3 may be, a love triangle, technically, again, with the masculine having been attached. But doesn't have to be. Any third energy can be involved, or it can be more than one thing. Cards often have to illustrate more than one idea. Congratulations of successfully completing what you set out to do is in order. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered to you with grace and courage. The world. And opening to ego, which is the devil in the traditional tarot, which also represents the sign of Capricorn, about which I just started rambling a few minutes ago. You may feel that you're trapped in a situation, right? You needed that freedom, the two of you. But that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth. Remember when that money showed up and I said, I feel like there's an attachment to money and or material things? Yep, here it is. So be careful not to overly focus upon the material wealth or, or financial wealth. Break free of negative thinking as well. Maybe there was a financial issue, possibly involving a third energy, or maybe finances, or the obsession with finances is the third energy that's being represented. Whatever the case, you're being taken out of that, like that phase is ending and you're moving into a new, more positive and healthy one. Maybe away from the restrictions and toward freedom. Ego, the devil. And opening to the Princess of Summer. So the first court card, perhaps a water sign involved, maybe particularly a Pisces. more specifically a Pisces, but can be a Cancer or a Scorpio or anybody, you know, likened to those traits or attributes. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced is the Princess of Summer. This can also have to do with the children. When the page of summer comes up, it can be about children as well. You can expect to kindle a new relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event as well. So again, we saw that there was maybe some restriction temporarily on communication, and now you may receive communication, or you may be the one to initiate communication as well. Ego. And opening to the Two of Autumn, maybe trying to juggle two things, two relationships, two situations. Also, for me, of course, you know, because you watch me pretty regularly, you know, deja vu from hell when the Two of Autumn shows up, like arriving at the same darn spot over and over again in one's relationship. And just like, it just feels like a rerun. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs, too many responsibilities for one person to manage. Maybe this has to do with raising the children, right? Too many responsibilities for one person to manage. You're trying to live your life, but you've also got these children or this young man to contend, and you want to because it's a loved one, but it's a lot. It could be very well something like that. So you may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. Maybe these other people need your help financially. Maybe that's the case too. They need, and that's why you're overly worried or concerned with money and or the material. That's a possibility too. Two of Autumn and the Eight of Summer. You feel that there's more to life than what you've been living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're moving and you're being drawn to what would make you happier, like a new relationship or something. Either way, you are in control. Like, don't allow yourself to be manipulated, basically. Free yourself from any ties that bind. The Eight of Summer is similar to the World for me, as well as to the Ace of Summer. Both can be about spiritual growth and moving forward, moving on towards something new. And we've come to the Ten of Autumn, which represents family, can represent money and sometimes a lump sum having to do with family, maybe some sort of estate. You're receiving money from somebody, left you money or something like that. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. So it can be, again, representing that this worry and being overly concerned with the family's needs. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. So if somebody was able to save up some money and leave it for you, some sort of legacy or something, even if that's an asset, you know, it's not money, but a legacy is an asset to honor these things and traditions. Very nice. The masculine is renewal. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path that's most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. Renewal is judgment in the traditional tarot, which does represent the planet Pluto, and the sign of Scorpio, which Pluto rules for me. And it is about, as it relates to relationships, like having come to a crossroad and needing to decide where we're going from here, if anywhere. And as it relates to general energy, it is about judgment. You know, it's pretty straightforward, not being overly judgmental on yourself or other people, you know, to watch that, you know, that sort of high and mighty sort of perspective and higher than thou, like, you know, to get off any high horse you may be on. And as it relates to work, even life purpose and that work that we do for the universe as, you know, ascended beings, it can be about continued ascension and promotion and raise and elevation. So in a literal sense, again, with a 3D boss and a 3D job or your own business or whatever, you know, increase in that area, financial increase, productivity, sales, all those kind of things. But as it relates to spirituality, ascension and maybe promotion and increase in those areas. Masculine is surrounded by the 8 of autumn, which is about being rewarded for hard work. Right? It's the perfect time to learn a new skill, or all you can by returning to school or taking a seminar or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. So that can relate to relationships too. It's about being, again, rewarded for what you put in, reaping what you've sown. And the masculine subconscious is the 6 of spring. You may receive a promotion. Right? Just talking about promotion there. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for a special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. So his cards very much align with one another. For you, the 10 of summer, which can have to do with the children or family again. But joy and happiness too, right? Emotional well-being. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations also may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. That can be it too. Maybe you need to give yourself a pat on the back that you've already raised these children. You're successful and sort of, you know, let them fly free now. And you do the same. That can be, that's coming through now as well, too. You're surrounded by the King of Autumn. Compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded is the King of Autumn. He's also potentially that Capricorn I've been talking about, Virgo or Taurus. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects, or relationships will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that comes your way. And also love. I think any kind of abundance, any kind of resources will be invested wisely. You are surrounded by the Prince of Spring, who's passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. The Prince of Spring is passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless, as well as a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or potentially a Scorpio, or somebody of those traits or attributes. Crowning the union, it's the 10 of winter. It's the end of a career path, project, or relationship. And that brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness. Also relief and disappointment, like maybe having to let your children go, right? They're grown now and you're letting them go or something. Or maybe having to end a marriage, or a marriage ends on its own. You know, something goes on. So that can bring joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put away your fears about the changes, you know, like fear of the unknown, like what's going to happen now and going forward. Let go of all of that and just trust that a brighter future awaits. At the root here, it's more earth energies. The Prince of Autumn, who is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. Well, this is sitting here next to the Prince of Spring, which said, remember, we're going to have to move quickly. So you may want to work on the plan, but once you have the plan, yes, we're definitely going to have to move quickly. get it accomplished, get as much accomplished as quickly as possible, taking immediate action, as both cards suggest. There is definitely abundance coming in with this overall energy of the 10 of autumn, at the root, the Prince of Autumn, the 8 of Autumn here, Judgment here, crowning the masculine, the feminine surrounded by the King of Autumn. There's all kinds of abundance surrounding the situation. And then the 6 of Spring representing victory, the 10 of Winter representing the end of difficulty. This can be abundance in the form of emotional happiness and joy. At the heart of the matter, the 4 of Winter. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring the answers you seek. So I've been talking about meditation and prayer since I started this reading for you. You are continually and guided to do that. Yeah, to get grounded. Maybe that's how that was going to come out of my mouth. And again, connect with nature as you do that meditation and prayer whenever possible. Going to the romance angel cards, I'm going to begin with past life relationship. You've known each other before. And opening 2, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Past life relationship. And retreat, which also guides us to spend some time in nature, perhaps as a couple, but alone works too. It's time to disconnect from the world, one way or another. And this card that you have here at the heart of the matter, the 4 of Winter, for me is about like rest and recovery, rejuvenation, recuperation, you know, getting back to being yourself, your whole self. Maybe you were exhausted, or it could be emotionally exhausted and spent and all that kind of stuff. Whatever, you're getting back into a place of wholeness. Retreat as well, and or a decision may have to be made about something too. Opening to passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Passion and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Getting to know each other. I'm going to go ahead and cut so we can get to these romance cards. Let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. And the overall energy is retreat. Once again, it's time to disconnect from the world. So you guys definitely are guided to get grounded and spend that time with nature in meditation and or prayer. Atop Judgment. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This can be maybe by way of the work that he needs to continue on path and to putting effort into whatever he was putting effort toward. He needs to continue that and not slack off. And maybe that's an area where, you know, a friend can help him in some sort of way. Otherwise, I always say my friends are the angels, you know, so the prayer and meditation can be letting your friends help you. Here atop the 8 of Autumn is wedding. This situation involves marriage. And in this card, these people are also dressed in wedding attire. Okay. So there's marriage there, there's marriage there, and your overall energy of retreat is also marriage. This can be a representation of the sacred union, or it can be with regard to the 3D marriage that he has and a need for them to come to, because again, all these cards can have more than one meaning, a need for them to come to this crossroad and decide, like, what are we doing? And again, maybe they separate. That could be happening. Or I keep feeling, or something else, some other sort of end potentially. And either way, divorce or, you know, God forbid, death or something like that. Either way, those kind of things can bring about the 10 of autumn too, and like lump sum actual payouts of some sort as well, some sort of asset or something. Here atop the 6 of spring, yeah, there's a need to let go of the wife. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So he has to release, even if he doesn't do the physical releasing, I'm not saying like he has to run out and say like, you know, get out of here or whatever, but like any emotional cords and there's like stuff that has to be released there from a perspective of karma. And that may be why in the previous spread, your overall energy was indeed karma. Atop the 10 of summer, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So you're guided to take on the energy of one of these mutable signs like Pisces, maybe a Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, and, you know, just be very lighthearted. And atop the King of Autumn, you want to manifest this sort of abundance, you can. Attraction tops the King of Autumn, and it's all about the law of attraction. For me, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So by being in the moment and in the present and being positive and putting out that sort of energy, that is what is brought back to you. That's how the law of attraction works. Atop the Prince of Spring, true love. And I think I did say that he was perhaps a fire sign in the spread that was from the masculine's perspective. We got those fire sign cards, and then here atop this, the Prince of Spring, which is the Knight of Wands, basically the Knight of Fire, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. It can just be, maybe it's not his sign, but it's maybe just reflective of the fire and the passion, the burning, because that just came through as well, or maybe both. Atop the 10 of winter, healing family issues. So where there was difficulty in family, this can absolutely be your family too. It could be both on both sides. I think that there's some stuff, and I think that's why you have this 10 of water, which is about family. And I think the stuff with children for the most part, or in great part, is connected to you too. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not just your parents. It's anybody who is so impactful upon your life that you've been unable or unwilling or both to go move forward. Then that has to be rectified. Whether it's your parents, your siblings, your children, you know, a friend that you consider like family, an ex, whatever it is. You have to heal that. And the way we heal those things, in my opinion at least, is either by like repairing the relationship or walking away from it, moving on. At the root, atop the Prince of Autumn, finances and career. It makes a lot of sense. This card, this is, you know, this is a Pentacles card. Here's the coins here, the money. This is about finances, but it would be a positive standpoint if this card is turning up here atop the Prince of Autumn, because the Prince of Autumn is basically the Knight of Pentacles. And he, out of all the knights and all the suits, all the elements, he is always the most successful. And he sits here next to the Six of Wands also. But he always reaches his goal. He's slower than the other knights. And so people get impatient sometimes waiting for him. But you know when he's on his way, he's always going to make it. So that means this abundance is on its way to you, even if it's been like, you know, slowly galloping along, trot, trot, trot. That's how he moves, but it is coming. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, but I think, again, it's a positive factor that abundance is coming in for the two of you. And at the heart of the matter, atop this 4 of winter, is flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So as you recuperate and recover and get your strength back and all of that, and your emotional stability back, lighthearted energy here, crossing the need also here for lighthearted energy. You're getting it twice over. And that's what you're going to want to exhibit and come from a place like not too heavy in approaching your situation. And you know what? I'll look at, because I think we have a few minutes more, I'll look at some abundance cards specifically as well. Haha. This is funny. Beginning with raise or promotion. So we saw this twice with the masculine. Congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is the result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. And opening to dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas. That can be the let your friends help you, right? The angels helping you move toward this abundance that you're due. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they can contain valuable insights that will help you to manifest your desires into reality. Raise or promotion. And gratitude list. Counting your blessings or feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated and on worries in your mind. What and who you are grateful for right now is what you got to ask yourself. Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Raise or promotion, and words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And this is what you will attract for yourself and others. That law of attraction sitting atop the king of earth, basically, king of pentacles, which is like the Midas touch. Raise a promotion. I'll go one more. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks that are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. Raise a promotion. I'm going to cut. Take a divinely guided chance. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance into new territories as you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you. So it's sort of like this 10 of air, right? Let go of the difficulties and expect things to be like a promising future without being afraid of what that promising future may or may not entail. Just make room for the new opportunities. And the overall energy is release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding on to resentments about finances just pushes your abundance further away. Instead, see money as a tool that you can use to better the world. And this shift will help you to attract and support golden opportunities. Now, this is sort of like what I was talking about with when that money card showed up in the second spread. And I said like that there's like, I was feeling like an unhealthy, like obsession kind of, and worry, paranoia about money. So this is guiding you to let go of anything like that as well. Here atop judgment and let your friends help you. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you're on. Keep the faith and keep going. Again, somebody may be a fire sign with this little lion cub and this big daddy lion here, or a fire sign, if not a Leo, specifically a fire sign in general, Sagittarius, Aries, or something. The masculine is surrounded by declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items, and be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Atop, release your ex, and the 6 of Wands, which is again victory, dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God and your angels and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you to manifest these desires into reality. Atop, the 10 of Cups and playfulness. For you, feminine, is ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels, so you can do this when you're doing the prayer and or meditation. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. And this mirrors the masculines, ask your friends for help. So you can do that too. Atop, attraction and the king of earth is face your financial fears. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Atop, true love and the Prince of Fire, Prince of Wands, windfall of abundance. And it sits here underneath the King of Earth, which is about a windfall of abundance as well. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms. So this can be money, this can be material things, this can be love, this can be resources and energy and time, whatever. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. This can also be an opportunity for you to work on your health. That pops up as well. Remember before in the first spread from the masculine perspective. Here atop, healing family issues and the 10 of Swords and crossing attraction is another card about attracting. Attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone that you chase will run the other way because of the fears that are involved in underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. At the root, atop, finances and career, and the Knight of Earth is successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into a reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. And lastly, at the heart of the matter, atop, flirt and the 4 of Swords, words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you will attract for yourself and others. Further advice for you guys for the masculine, courting man. So we had that dating card from this deck before too. So may relate to the two of you as well. You know, being attracted to one another too, and perhaps going out. For you, obstacles. So we just talked about obstacles and your need to lift them from yourself by speaking and instead speaking and thinking positivity over your life, rather than like, I don't have, and this isn't working and all that kind of stuff. Let go of that. To the masculine, life experience or the Tower, something very fast and quote unquote karmic is coming through that's going to change things for him. Important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions that you know are right for you. So he's getting that divine guidance. He's being shown what's right. We can't allow fear to prevent us from moving forward toward whatever that is. And for you, more abundance, the 6 of autumn, which is all about unconditional love and abundance that comes to us in various forms, free of agenda. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, and to receive a grant or scholarship. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or money or reputable charity. So if you come into abundance, you are guided to share that abundance and spread it around to other places too. That's how we keep the flow moving through, like for the world and through the collective. For the masculine, healing sounds. So this is another means of meditation. And he is guided to maybe listen to some binaural tones or music of his preference, any genre, or maybe some sort of mantra or like motivational speaker or something. And also just to pay attention sometimes in quiet to the universe, accepting that divine guidance. That's a healing sound too. And for you, transience. So this is allowing yourself to be healed from head to toe, sort of like what the masculine wanted for you. Remember I was saying, like, I was feeling internal and external physical body stuff going on. So you continue to be guided to work on that by the angels as well. To the masculine, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So he can be comforted by that should he see this. And for you, children, again, there's definitely something that has to be worked out here with children or work through. Your love life is being affected by children. For the masculine, exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it'll become its own reward. And lastly, for you, unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. I hope that you enjoy your reading and that you find it helpful in moving forward. Namaste, Angel.